thanks for joining me today. I'm Lori from Guiding Light Wellness. Happy New Year 2019. Well, new year, what does that really mean? Well, to several people, it can be a time of stress. We sometimes look at a new year that we put too many expectations on ourselves. And expectations, I'm meaning that we say, okay, it's January 1st, I have a brand new slate, I'm starting over. And sometimes we reach a little too far and we come up with thoughts and ideas and expectations that unfortunately are unrealistic. We do it year after year after year. I'm going to do this, and this. And that in turn brings on a lot of stress in our lives because we want change. We want to move forward in a positive way. You know, some people say, this is my year, I want to lose weight. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to control bad behaviors or try to bring in more positivity into my life. And we start out with these wonderful thoughts for the new year, and it's great. And then sometimes, you know, a month passes, 2 months pass, and we realize, wow, I totally overwhelmed myself. This isn't working. I'm not reaching the goals that I anticipated. Now what? I failed. And we throw it all away, and now we're heading into the new year, March, let's say, with thoughts now that I didn't succeed and this is going to be a bad year. And now all of a sudden we start processing this in a negative way. And what does that do? Well, when we put things out into the universe, positive or negative, we get that in return. And I would like you to start this new year off first by just taking the first day or two to simply not overwhelm yourself. To be able to say, great, put my new calendar up, 2019, this is going to be an amazing year. If I would have known now that all of these things that transpire in our lives were something that I was able to control in the past, I really think that things would have been different for me in the past. But there's no reason for us to keep revisiting that. And I think that's what we do sometimes. We beat ourselves up and we expect, again, way too much of ourselves. So how about this year, you start out with simple tasks, simple things that are attainable. Let's say you want to be more active. Well, that's wonderful. Well, let's also maybe try and bring in something that'll help ground us as well. So instead of saying, I'm going to the gym every day and I'm going to work out for 2 hours a day. Okay, how about pick something that is more reasonable, something that you know you can even possibly build on. So let's say you say to yourself, 2 days a week, I'm going to go for a walk at nighttime. I'm going to mark it in my calendar from 6 to 7, or maybe an early morning walk, something that you could possibly do outside that's grounding. And take those times to possibly think of things, think of positive things, be mindful of this walk out in nature, in the woods, or maybe even go to the beach. And instead of making the things that you want to change something that's this overwhelming task, make it something that becomes enjoyable, something that you want to do. So, you know, people this time of year, we definitely, we want to see change, and change is possible. Again, let's be realistic as to what we want to bring and manifest into our lives into 2019, and not to take any of the fears, the doubts, the pain, the hurt, the situations, the relationships, things that didn't work for us in 2018, to leave that. You know, it's great to be able to start brand new. And again, if we look at the new year and we put out into the universe that we want all positive things to come into our lives, and you already know that it's possible and that it's going to happen, my biggest thing is affirmations. Simple, very simple. I am are the two most powerful words in the universe. They really are. And those words with your mindset could make or break you. If you wake up every morning and you wake up, let's say, unfortunately, with headaches, back pain, some sort of discomfort, instantly get on the phone, complaining to somebody, I have such a headache today, it's going to be a horrible day at work, you know, I have to come home and do this for the kids, and it's overwhelming. And you keep especially verbalizing that out loud to people, mentally keep repeating it to yourself, well, guess what? Your headache's going to get worse. You are going to have a bad day. Take this opportunity to make today, tomorrow, the following days brand new. And again, not setting something unrealistic, but simply maybe adding affirmations. So if you can, driving to work, in the shower, washing dishes, whatever you're doing throughout the day, take a few minutes to use these two powerful words. I am. I am, you can go down the alphabet. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am centered. I am strong. I am happy. I am content. So you get it. You can go on and on and on with these affirmations that are so powerful. And subconsciously, your mind now is being retrained, reprogrammed, because it's hearing these positive words instead of the complaining. And I can promise you that after a period of time of constantly saying these affirmations, you will reprogram your subconscious. You will now all of a sudden really start to have that sense of comfort, of peace, of security, of being content and happy. It happens, it really does. So how about, instead of this year taking on things that chances they're going to fall to the wayside, they're going to be too overwhelming, how about doing some simple things? Things like that you don't beat yourself up with. You don't say, oh, I didn't say my affirmations today, the whole year is ruined. Do that as many times as you can. And you'll find that that's something that you will enjoy doing. And it's simple and it's powerful. A journal, simple, grateful journal, a gratitude journal, something that you could even maybe do once a week. Pick different things, even if it's one thing for that week that you were grateful for, and reflect on it. Don't just say, I'm grateful for the stars. Okay, that's wonderful, but why? Why are you grateful for the stars? It makes me feel connected to the universe. It makes me feel hopeful. I wish on a star. Whatever you are grateful for, if it's a person, if it's a season, whatever it is, really concentrate on that and write. Some people say, writing's not for me, but for others, it's very comforting and it's therapeutic. So maybe even begin a journal. And again, if you didn't write in it this week, it's okay. Because all of this is going to be a process, and all of these things that you're going to do to try and make 2019 your year, a good year, is simple. And you don't want to look back and reflect and say, well, I did it for a couple of months and I failed at it. That's why I want you to do simple, easy tasks, but yet powerful ones. Other things that you could do too, I have a major connection with the angels, and I know how powerful the angels are and how monumental they can be in your life. Angels are like calling up a friend. You know, you called up Archangel Michael because you needed him to bring strength and protection for a situation in your life. So it's as if you called up, I don't know, your friend Beth, because Beth brings strength when she speaks to you. She talks with conviction. She has, great theories and great suggestions for you. So that's how the angels are. If you needed healing, you'll call upon Archangel Raphael. And that would be equivalent to maybe, I don't know, I'm going to call my mom, because my mom was always the person to be there to make me feel better about myself and was just a natural healer. So if you look at the angels, like picking the phone up and calling up a friend, another way to bring immense positivity and change into your life. Again, something so simple. And when you speak to the angels, it could just simply be, angels, please be with me, your own guardian angel. So there are several things that you could do in your life this year to make these changes. And again, knowing that it's going to happen and being able to move forward each day with a better mind frame. Knowing that there's forces, people, situations, and things that unfortunately we can't control. So you can only control your reaction. So if one of the things you want to change is how you're processing situations, that you want more peace. I want more peace in my life this year. Okay, perfect. Again, that's not something that's unrealistic because you have the ability to change whatever it is you want. Don't go into this year thinking, well, by the end of the week, I'm going to accomplish this, this, and that. Because again, you're setting yourself up for failure. You want to go into this year with peace and confidence and look at it entirely different. Not with that overwhelming New Year's resolution. That sounds great, but again, that connects to stress. And we need to learn that stress is what really brings us down. It makes us sick, depressed. We have to realize that we aren't just a body. This vessel isn't all we are. We are body, mind, and spirit. Without having balance in all three areas, you have a weak link. And that's when disease and depression, anxiety, all of these things attach to our energy centers, our aura, our energy fields, and it manifests and it comes inward. And when you think about the new year, think about all three of those things. So again, doing something more than what you're doing in a physical sense to maintain your body. Again, maybe saying, you know what, I love soda. Okay, how about eliminating soda and just eliminating soda for a couple of months? And then maybe adding something else after you've conquered the fact that, well, I don't really drink soda anymore. Or, coffee or fried foods, McDonald's. These are all things that you want to just slowly remove from your life. Again, our goal is not to overwhelm. Our goal is not to kind of put ourselves in shock. And unfortunately, I think that's what a lot of people do for the new year. They shock themselves. and then they set themselves up for this failure. So again, thinking of simple things that you can do that are attainable for your health. Not just in a whole, oh, I'm eating better, I'm going on this crash diet, and now all of a sudden you're eating carrots and celery and you're miserable, and all of a sudden you binge and there goes the box of devil dogs. So possibly just taking something small, even if it's, I'm going to cut down on chips, eating chips. I'm going to eliminate French fries, whatever it might be, something that you can, again, build on. And again, journaling, wow, okay, maybe putting little journals in February was 2 months that I haven't drank soda. Wow, that's an accomplishment, because you want to reflect and look back. So when 2020 approaches us, you want to be able to look back and say, okay, look at all the little things that I did that made a huge difference in my life, and be proud and say, well, okay, I was giving up soda, I went to a barbecue over the summer, and I had, Sprite. Okay, we don't want to beat ourselves up. It's okay, but just know that you have still accomplished so much. And then when we think of ourselves spiritually, now that's a whole other aspect again. Maybe it's time to start calling in the angels, even if it's something simplistic, and building on it. Because I can promise you, once you start, they're so powerful and amazing that you will find yourself constantly calling in the angels for assistance and guidance into your lives. And now also too, when you think on top of that, you have body, you have your spirit, and now what are you going to do for your mind? So mindset is possibly just seeing situations in a different light. Almost like putting on these magical glasses that you put on and you process how someone else is treating you differently. Knowing that people are doing the best that they can with what they can. And looking at a situation, and instead of maybe getting angry, instead of looking at the situation that everybody is trying to do things to sabotage you, to hurt you, possibly look at that person in a different light. Look at their situation with a little more understanding and compassion, and you'll find that in return, you're able to process things differently, because their junk, their negativity no longer attaches to you. So allowing their attachments that ordinarily would drain you, bring your energy down, learning how to process that differently and not attaching to someone else's negativity. All those things might be the hardest thing to accomplish versus possibly, okay, I'm not having, a soda. But again, these are all simple little things that you can find that when you are mindful and you focus on something, that you're actually able to do it. If you're taking a course, let's say, and you are reviewing it, and you look at it and you say, wow, hours and hours and hours of all of this work and tests, and of course that's overwhelming. So when you look sometimes at the big picture, it's overwhelming. And you say, I don't want to do this. This is crazy. This is too much work. I can't do it. So that is my point for this whole discussion, that if you want change, don't look at that big picture. Don't look at it as an overwhelming situation that brings fear, that brings stress. Every day is your new opportunity. Every day is your chance to do something, even if it's little, for change. And if you miss a day or two here or there, or you find that one day you kind of did nothing, maybe slid backwards a little bit, know that it's actually okay. Because if you can sit in this position a year from now and reflect back on the things that you did work on and the changes you made, I promise you'll say, wow, that was a lot. And I really did do so many things that were effective. So don't set these unrealistic goals. Don't set yourself up for failure for 2019. This is going to be an amazing year. And that's what you need to keep saying. There's no fear of the unknown. You don't need to walk into this year saying, well, this is going to happen, or what if that happens? You want to be able to walk into 2019 now with confidence. Walk in grounded and centered and make this a year of growth, because that's really what this year is about. This is a year that is going to be explosive with growth and positivity. And you need to be on board with that. And you need to know right now that that is attainable and possible for your life. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Again, Happy New Year's. Please subscribe. I will be doing my next video, will be calling in the 4 directions for 2019. We will be discussing the different seasons and connections to the 4 directions. And we will be discussing something that we are looking to release for 2018 and something that we'd like to manifest for 2019. So take some time and think about that. Even create a list. You could make it a couple of things that you want to release for 2018 and a couple of things that you'd like to manifest, or it could simply be one thing. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And keep that list and join me for our next discussion, again, about the 4 directions and manifesting what we really, really are hopeful for 2019. I hope you continue to join me. I have some guided meditations that I'm going to be putting up as well to assist in sleeping and for stress. So I hope that you'll be interested in listening to some of those. And I also will be having many different discussions that I will be bringing into 2019. We will be talking about angels in more detail and how to bring them in, call them in. We'll be discussing different angels, their ways of how they can help us and what they can particularly bring into our life. And we will be discussing many things, crystals, we'll talk about Reiki, we will talk about hypnosis. There's many things that I'd like to share. I am a certified Reiki practitioner teacher, and I'm also a nationally certified hypnotist, a certified past life recall practitioner. So we'll also discuss past lives and what they do to us in our life now, and how to be able to detach from prior situations that have happened in our lives before this one. And I'm also a guided meditation instructor. So again, I thank you so much for joining me. Love, peace, and light for 2019. And leave today with the knowledge that you are an eternal being of light. And you have this burning light inside. It shines, and let it shine. Let 2019 be your year and shine bright. And this is an awakening. So again, Lori from Guiding Light Wellness, and namaste.